Hello everyone, hope you are doing good. So today we are going to see Pulsar F250 or N250 advantages. So what are the advantages in Pulsar F250 motorcycle? So I am owning this motorcycle for the past 4 or 5 months. So here I am going to list out the advantages. The first advantage is this motorcycle mid-range performance. From 3500 rpm to 7500 rpm, this engine is very strong, which can compete with any of the 250cc motorcycle. Overtaking and quick acceleration, everything is really good, and I really love this motorcycle to drive inside the city as well as in highways. Beyond 7500 rpm or below 3500 rpm, I won't call underpowered, but still you cannot feel much power in those RPMs. And the second advantage in the motorcycle which impressed me is this motorcycle's exhaust note. I would say below less than 2 lakh segment, this motorcycle is having one of the best exhaust note. Let me lock the RPM and raise my throttle. Hope you're able to hear the sound. So this motorcycle is having a very good exhaust note. That's a advantage which impressed me. And the third advantage of this motorcycle, you are getting full LED setup, LED headlight in front and rear as well as indicator. And the front LED headlight along with the DRL looks good really in night time as well as in daytime. And the throw is also really good. Of course I won't compare with Dominar or RS, but still I would say this is best LED headlight in this price range. And the fourth advantage of this motorcycle's seat setup, Bajaj provided split seat setup. This is one of the most comfortable seat setup in Pulsar series so far, I would say, both for rider as well as pillion, even for the long ride. Pretty comfortable, and that's the biggest advantage in this motorcycle. The same seat setup you are getting in the N160 as well, so that's a good thing. When you are buying an N160 motorcycle, you are getting the most comfortable seat in the segment. Especially for the rider, this is really comfortable for the long ride. And the fifth advantage of this motorcycle practicality, I would say. So you are getting a USB socket right here in the tank itself, and 165mm ground clearance is enough to survive in the city, even for the high raised speed breakers. And you are getting a side stand engine cutoff feature as well, and you are getting a windshield. I won't say this is a big advantage, but however they have provided. And also this F250 is having a semi-fairing, which is added advantage when you are driving in the high speed in highways. And also soft tuned suspension in the front, which takes all the bumps and even the improper roads. This is giving a really good ride quality. And another advantage of this motorcycle is this motorcycle's instrument cluster. And this is a semi-digital instrument cluster, just like a Pulsar series. And you are getting a gear position indicator, range, mileage information as well. So most of the information you are getting in this most updated instrument cluster in this segment. Of course you won't get Bluetooth or GPS navigation. Again, that is not a big feature. I won't say that's a disadvantage, but in this segment this is basically a street motorcycle. Instead of fully digital instrument cluster, I fall in love with this semi-digital instrument cluster, where it is giving a this is giving a racy feel. So that's a advantage I have added in this motorcycle. And I would say this engine is the most refined engine in the Pulsar series so far. So even any RPM, you never ever feel any vibration in seat or tank or foot brake. So this is the most refined engine So that's a sweet thing about this engine, which I like to drive for the longer distance as well. And the acceleration is really good in this segment. And another advantage of this motorcycle is safety wise, this motorcycle is really safe, because you are getting a dual channel ABS in top variant. So I am owning a top variant. So front you are getting a 300mm huge disc, which really helps in hard braking, and the feedback is really great. Of course they haven't provided bi-brake caliber, but this caliber is really good. Most of the time I would say this saved my life. So the braking is really good, and at the same time they have provided slipper assist clutch as well. So safety wise this is really good. So that's an advantage in the motorcycle. And also you are getting a smooth gear shifting. I never ever felt any false neutral issue or hard gearing issue, nothing. So this gearbox is really smooth, and as well as the clutch is ultra light. So those are advantages in this motorcycle. So I really love the motorcycle for having this much of advantages. And coming to negative part, I mean, what are the disadvantages of this motorcycle? I won't call disadvantages, but I would say like it could have been better. The first one is weight management. This motorcycle is 165 kgs in paper, but you feel like this motorcycle is 180 kg, and especially the front weight is little heavier. So I would say like I really struggle to take away from my parking, and also I would say like once you turn on the motorcycle, this is of course lightweight, feel like lightweight motorcycle, but parking and taking away from parking and those times I feel really heavy. So I would say like weight management could have been better. I think they have not equally distributed the weight. So the second disadvantage I would call low end torque. So less than 3500 rpm, this motorcycle slightly feel underpowered. So when you have heavy luggage or someone is sitting in the pillion seat, you have to raise the throttle to 3500 rpm, then the motorcycle will perform better. So I would say like they would have given you a better low end torque. So that's a missing in this motorcycle. So hence if you drive in the hill station with a lot of luggage behind your back, I would say like you slightly feel underpowered. And again this motorcycle is not for top end. I would say they would have provided a little more higher power, which is at least 26 PS power. But I wouldn't call that as the negative, because this motorcycle they clearly advertised as a street fighter. So you cannot expect this motorcycle to go like a Dominar 250, like you cannot achieve 150 and all. But however, this is having a decent top end. You can easily cruise at 110 to 120 in the highway. And third could have been better part is it splash water like anything on rear side during rainy season. So someone is sitting in the rear side, they really have a hard time in rainy season. I think the design wise they could have done it better. And another disadvantage I would call the rear brake could have been better. Even though they given dual channel ABS, the rear brake is not that much effective. So would have given better. And another part could have been better is this motorcycle definitely need a USD fork instead of a telescopic fork, because they tuned it to soft suspension in front side. So this causes a lot of confident issues while driving at high speed, because when I cruise at 110 or 120, when I approach any bumps or uneven roads, I really feel scared of driving this motorcycle at high speeds because of these issues, because they tuned really soft on front side. So hence it causes a big stability issues. And also in cornering, because of the lower tire profile, this motorcycle having only 130 section tire on rear side, but 130 section rear setup is again causing a lot of stability issues during cornering, and also some minor issues like the mirror visibility is really poor, and they would have gone with the full fairing instead of semi fairing. That added more beauty to this motorcycle. So far Bajaj doesn't have accessories for this motorcycle, so that is major missing. And again this motorcycle doesn't have 6-speed gearbox and not liquid cooled engine. I won't call those are negative, because this oil cooling is really good, doing a really good job. I never ever felt any kind of heating issues or engine stress issues even in the long drive. So oil cooling is enough for this 2-valve engine. Again, I won't miss 6-speed gearbox on this motorcycle, because they tuned gearing like even within 4 gears you able to reach 120, so that is enough even to drive in highways. So I won't call 5-speed gearbox, oil cooled engines are negative. So overall I love this motorcycle. I will definitely recommend for you to buy if your budget is less than 2 lakhs, because this motorcycle is having enough features and also reliable from Bajaj side. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the next content. Thanks for watching.